Hello and welcome to Strategic News International. I'm Parul Chandra, and with me is the Ambassador of Kyrgyzstan to India, Ambassador Asein Isaev. Ambassador Isaev will be talking to us about the upcoming SCO summit in the Kyrgyz capital of Bishkek, which is to be held mid-June. We'll also be talking to him about India-Kyrgyzstan bilateral relations. Welcome to SNI, Ambassador Isaev. Pleasure having you talking to SNI.
Good morning.
Let me begin by asking you, your president was recently in New Delhi. He was invited to be there for the swearing in of Prime Minister Modi. Now, did the invite take you by surprise?
Yes, of course. It was big pleasure surprise. For us, we are excited. We are very glad. Our president didn't know about it. He was in Kazakhstan, and after that he had planned to go to Saudi Arabia. It was just half a day between these two official trips, and when he accepted this invitation, and he decided immediately go by invitation His Excellency Prime Minister of India.
So, do you think that the invite reflects the importance of India-Kyrgyzstan bilateral relations as well as the importance of the SCO?
Of course, in such a higher level event not be happen just occasionally. Of course, it has some very huge reason. For my understanding, is a reason growing importance of SCO as an organization for our region, and second one, of course, growing effectiveness of Kyrgyz-Indian relationship, and even the relationship between His Excellency Prime Minister of India and our President. We are sure that it was an answer from Indian side to our intentions to be close for India, to be close friend. We are neighbor countries. We would like to be very close friend of India.
So, Ambassador Isaev, you just mentioned the importance of the SCO. Now, the summit is going to be held in Bishkek on June 13th and 14th. Prime Minister Modi is headed for the summit. In fact, it'll be only his second foreign visit after taking over as Prime Minister in the second term. Now, what is the importance of SCO for its member countries and also for the region?
After entering of India to SCO, this organization involved 3.5 billion people. It's half of mankind.
Yeah, huge number, yes.
Huge number. And this SCO organization has this term Shanghai spirit. It's only this organization has like this term, Shanghai spirit. What is it? It's very Asian issue. It's friendly, very close relationship, and everything must be decided, very friendly, as a neighborhood countries, as a brotherhood countries. This spirit, and we believe we have a lot of problems in this modern world. In this SCO countries, we'd like to decide all this very friendly, not like just a juridical or international laws, only as a friends.
Yet you mentioned the friendly relations between SCO members, but the most recent entrance to this grouping, India and Pakistan, certainly don't enjoy friendly relations. For now, there are heightened tensions between the two countries. In fact, there are expectations that Prime Minister Modi might meet Prime Minister Imran Khan on the margins of the SCO. Do you think that the SCO as a grouping can play any role in bringing India-Pakistan perhaps on the talking table?
Of course, yes. First of all, member of SCO very respect India as a sovereign country, of course, and Pakistan also as a sovereign country. But only one remark. SCO meeting will be that organization where the two leaders of this country, India and Pakistan, could meet. It's very remarkable. It's very remarkable. Of course, these two countries could decide both questions together. Only the two of these countries could decide. But as a member of SCO, must provide some conditions for this. For example, terrorism, it's not just between India and Pakistan, it's our common concern. Common concern, it will be discussed. Not in the framework of just between, for example, India and Pakistan, but as a common concern. Because of terrorism, it's not a fighting. Because what is the terrorism, as my understanding? Today, he is some kind of simple citizen, he is talking with you, but tonight he can be terrorist. So it's very difficult to define what is this. So, and in this spirit, ASCO as an organization decide reason, roots of this phenomena. Because phenomena, it's not just a military phenomena. You understand, you know as a strategic channel very well, more than me, that root of this phenomena more deeper than just kind of terrorist acts.
You just mentioned that SCO does focus on counter-terrorism. Now, Indian External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj was in Kyrgyzstan last month, and she did raise the issue of the Pulwama terror attacks as well as the Sri Lanka terror attacks. Now, what can the SCO do in terms of countering terrorism? You also have this RATS,
yes,
Regional Anti-Terrorism Structure. So, how can this be taken forward?
Of course, if SCO has pretension to be influential and very regional organization, this organization must take this problem inside for dissolve. But terrorism, the whole world would like to fight with phenomena, and you know, results sometimes it's not possible. SCO also it's new organization. For example, India just entered this organization.
Yes, just 2 years ago.
Yes, just two years ago. So, but step by step. So, for example, SCO organization in the beginning was organization about border issues between former Soviet countries and China. Yes, and after that, you see in the last just a few years, it has become very huge organization, yes, with huge potential. Just a few years, and I hope we believe in the potential of this organization, particularly after entering of India. Potential of this organization became more huge, more influential. And of course, terrorism was in the schedule of this organization from the beginning. And what very nice, not a military decision, economical, cultural. Yes. For example, in the last 2 months, a lot of events was happened in Bishkek. It was gathering, as you mentioned,
with
Minister
an
of Foreign
focus?
Economic, cultural, defense. And how we can trade each other more effectively, how we can exchange our views, culture. If you know each other more better, terrorists couldn't do anything.
SCO also has this focus, as you rightly said, on economic cooperation, and a lot of this cooperation can get an impetus if there is connectivity in the region.
Absolutely.
And India again has been stressing on connectivity, sub-regional connectivity. India is looking at also all the Central Asian countries, seeing it as a bridge for connectivity to Europe. Now, how can this be taken forward?
I think we have to firstly, of course it's global issue, yes, as a bridge, but now we are going to enhance our connectivity between India and Central Asia. We are very appreciative that India now very good job in the Chabahar port, and through this port it's a good connectivity for Central Asia. Now it's going on, and this corridor, south-north corridor, also under preparing. So it's going on. After, when it will be little bit more good setup, our relations will be, of course, more because even we have no very developed connectivity, now it's going. We know very well Indian side. India also knows very well Central Asia. It's mostly through air link, mostly through air.
Yes.
But you know, it's a surprise. We are now living in the modern world with so developed technique, but even now we have no good connectivity. Compared with our ancient parents, they had good connectivity between Central Asia and India, because of we are feeling a lot of influence from India there in Central Asia, and I hope also and also vice versa. There are no any airplanes, railway, etc. Yes, but yes. So it was. What is this? What is this? We were very close. We were very neighbor, and our peoples was very keen to cooperate each other.
That's right. You see, the SCO also has this contact group on Afghanistan. Now, the US has been holding direct talks with the Taliban. There is an attempt to, bring them on board. How can the SCO contribute to ensuring that peace returns to Afghanistan?
You know, a lot of organization, a lot of initiative around Afghanistan. Of course, now unique role of SCO that all SCO countries, its neighbor countries in Afghanistan, India, China, Central Asia, we are neighbor with Afghanistan, and in our intentions to have a peace in Afghanistan, it's our sincere intentions, because it's directly influence for our life. So I think Afghanistan people could believe our sincere intentions.
Ambassador Isaev, now let me take you to Prime Minister Modi's upcoming visit to Bishkek. He'll also be having a bilateral meeting with your president. What are your expectations from this meeting, and particularly on the trade front, because there is a huge deficit as far as Kyrgyzstan's exports to India are concerned?
Upcoming official visit of Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, has crucial importance for our Kyrgyz-Indian relations. We hope that after this visit, our bilateral relations will rise strategic partnership. Mm-hmm. It will be so not an ordinary partnership between two sovereign countries in this world. It will be strategic partnership. So it means all issues between these two countries must be considered as a very important issues. Mm-hmm. Political, economical, military, cultural, and so on. So now we have reached this situation. Two leaders of our countries maybe decide about it, that it's now time to rise our relations on the higher level, strategic partnership.
On that note, you said that there's need to raise the relationship to a higher level. Now, India and Kyrgyzstan also have very close defense ties, and Kyrgyzstan is looking to India for defense equipment. There have also been reports that India will be offering Kyrgyzstan a line of credit worth some $100 million. Are those reports correct?
Yes, I can't open all details, excuse me. But it's under considerating. Military cooperation, you know, it's very sensitive cooperation.
That's right, yeah.
Yes, and it would be only between very friendly, very close allies. So, as India and Kyrgyzstan. You mentioned about, for us, for example, it's very huge sum. Mm-hmm. Now it's under consideration. And
it is under consideration?
Yes, it is under consideration.
So it's going to happen during Prime Minister Modi's visit?
We will see.
Okay.
Yes, we will see.
You have to be diplomatic about it.
Not diplomatic, really it's under consideration. Yes, we will see. And after many research of this issue, our military has chosen this direction for cooperation. I mean Indian direction.
I hope that India-Kyrgyzstan ties, go go to a higher level, as you said.
I am sure.
Thank you so much for talking to us, Ambassador Isaev. It was a pleasure having you talking to SNI.
Thank you very much. Thank you.